Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's awesome that you're tuning in. So in this video we are going to take a close look at the Poke Fami DX. So basically this is a Super NES portable device. It is nothing really new because Hyperkin did release a couple of these devices. And I must say that I really want to review an Hyperkin, but I just figured let's get myself this one from AliExpress, the Poke family. What are we going to get, how good is this thing, and is it even worth picking up? Let's find out. Nowadays there are so many ways you can play some old school Super Nintendo. You can use your original system, but if you want to bring your original games with you, the Poke or the Poke Fami is an option you can think of. This was the Black Edition. I don't know if there are like other models out there, I guess, because they have the Black Edition, maybe the original grey color with the normal, let's say, buttons. And overall, I have no idea what says here on the box, but let's take a close look in the inside. Alright, so let's do the unboxing together with you, because I love to do unboxings here on the channel. So don't forget to give this video a like if you like unboxings. If you don't like it, you can, dislike it. No, don't do that. But then overall, like, let's see in the box, we're not going to get a lot of stuff. Not really. Of course, we're going to get some explanation in, I'm guessing not in English. Oh. So that's the only thing that we're going to get. Yeah. In here are we going to get some extra stuff, like we're going to get the option to play with an original controller. So this thing is like Nintendo Switch-ish idea. So you can use this thing like a portable, or you can just use this thing like a freaking game system. So that is pretty convenient and very cool. Then over here we're going to get the AV out cable. It looks like a very nice high quality cable with gold plated. Yeah. And then we're going to get the power supply. I need to get myself an plug because this is not the right connection. And then here we're going to get ourselves the Poke Fami. And what I do like about it, even because it's a very bulky device, because we're going to use big old school cartridges, is that it's still very comfortable. And the first impression that it is very nice, especially when it comes to the button. The D-pad feels nice. Select start, here we're going to get the brightness control, volume over here, on and off, input for the power supply. Here we can put in the adapter that I've shown you before for the controller, so if you want to use this thing like in game system. And of course the cartridge slot, and here we're going to get the L and R. And over here we're going to get a headphone out, but also can be used for the AV out. In the inside, I'm guessing you will find the battery, so let's open it up and just see what we're going to get in the inside. Oh, okay, so we needed a screwdriver to remove it, but holy crap, this is one gigantic battery. And I don't know if you can order this like this. So you can see like there is not like your typical batteries that you found. This thing has been connected with a connector over there, and that's it. Like, this is a special one. Let's take a close look at the code. It's like the 18650 batteries, 800 milliamp in total. But I don't know if you can order it like so, that this thing comes with. But overall, it gives you a couple of hours playtime. And it's a great way to enjoy yourself some Super Nintendo. So let's close it. I already charged it, so we can try and see how good the display is, because this is going to be the issue most of the time. But there is one thing I need to point out when it comes to the power supply. When you're looking closely, you can see this is not a universal power supply that you're going to get nowadays. So this thing is only for 100 volt networks. So sadly, I cannot use it there. I need to get myself a different one. So let's take a close look at the weight of the beast. So the thing weighs 380 grams, and that is basically when it comes to the weight including batteries, but that is without the freaking game in it. So let's remove it. Let's put a game in it. Let's lay it back. And now we're having like 402 grams. So that's like the difference between 4 and 2 grams. That's basically what we're going to get when it comes to this handheld and this weight. It's quite beefy, yeah. Okay, one thing I'm always wondering is how good is the cartridge slot, or better said, like how tight it is, because sometimes you cannot get them in and they're like very hard to get out. So it seems to be like the multi-game card seems to be fitting perfectly. Okay, so the original game card works also very well. But you can see like, oof. So with the Japanese version, I already got some minor issues. And also because of the PCB that is not really big in this one, but still. It can be like it's slightly different. So you can see like this Super Mario Kart is just freaking annoying. So you can see like when it comes to the cartridges, you can see that sometimes you're going to get some differences, but it's very tight. But let's talk about the display itself. So the first thing I'm going to do before we're going to play some games, I'm going to try to remove this freaking screen protector. But when you're looking at the quality itself, it's quite old tech. Like the display is not an IPS. So it's a little bit of a bummer in my opinion, but yeah, there's nothing to do about it. So let's do an audio test. Alright, so when you're looking at the audio itself, like that's it. Like they are positioned on the right position, like basically at the front, like I want to see it with every single handheld, but it's not really loud. So that is quite disappointing. And let's take a close look at the brightness. Yeah, it's off. And that's it. Like, even that is not perfect at all. So, to be honest, like the camera picks it up even a little bit better, but I'm not very, let's say, pleased when it comes to the quality of the audio. It's not loud, and the display, yeah, is nothing really special. Look at that. Gamejoy, and now it says Blaze Pro. So the first game that we're going to try is Street Racer. Street Racer is a lot of fun. It's sort of like a Super Mario clone, only with some weird characters. We can have the option for racing, rumble, and soccer. Okay, so let's check what kind of character we're going to choose. I'm always choosing Biff. Double F. Yeah. Swing your bat, baby. Another thing I'm noticing, like the D-pad itself is very responsive. It's kind of clicky. The travel is not very long. So, and overall, it's very comfortable. Okay, so let's boot up. And the first game is, of course, an original PAL game. It seems to be playing the game just fine. What I really love about this Super Nintendo version is that we can basically use the triggers for slipping the stick. What a confusing, freaking confusing track this is. Alright, so next up we're going to play through a cartridge or multi-game card. And also this seems to be working just fine. With this map you can see that the D-pad is very sensitive. It's such a bummer that the audio itself doesn't go that loud, because it sounds not bad at all when it comes to the stereo sound. Okay, so next up let's try to have an Everdrive or a flash card working, and here you can see like it loads up all of my cards. Ik word helemaal krankje om dat Okay, so next up I wanted to try a flash card, because a lot of people were asking questions like, can we run a flash card on devices like these? So that's the reason I wanted to try it, and yeah, it seemed to be working just fine on the Poke Fami DX. Alright, so in the next test I wanted to try out a Super FX game. Just here also the special chip cartridges are supported. And Wicked is pressing the wrong button. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Can see some flicking going on. Does it mean like bumping the cartridge? Nope. It's just what happens when playing the game itself. So that is not like it's supposed to be. Nope. So when I was surprised there will be like a common issue with this thing. It's by the way really annoying. Okay, next up let's try a different region game. But the Blaze Pro, or known as the Poke Fami DX, doesn't have any problem with that. Okay, so next up I wanted to try a homebrew game just to see if that works. This is such a weird game. But seems to be working just fine. Alright, so next up, let's try the Gameboy cartridge in combination with the adapter. The sound is freaking awful, I can tell you that. Oh boy, man, this is one of my favorite games I always played as a child. This is a really challenging game. The fun facts like you need to basically open the chest, you need to whip everything with your tail. But it doesn't matter like what order you're beginning, the last chest is always the key for the next stage or the next part of the stage. And if you collect enough powers, you can get yourself a power whip. And the super bomb is basically get rid of all of your enemies. And these soundtracks are like freaking amazing. So the only issue I had with this is when you're going to put in a normal game, this is not going to be an issue. But when you're going to try out like a bigger cartridge, for example the Super Game Boy, you cannot play it because this thing is too thick and will get in the way in combination with the TV out cable. Wah, wah, wah. Okay, so how about the quality of the TV out? So what I noticed, like with the signal out, it did have some issues. So when it comes to the quality itself, it's not bad at all. But when I'm basically like messing around with the cable, you can see that it's super sensitive, and that is just an issue. So when it's fit properly, like then it will work fine. But I'm not a big fan of this, not at all. It's a really cool feature, but nah, just nah. So when it comes to this device, I have some mixed feelings. So first of all, a hybrid Super Nintendo is freaking awesome. I love having my original games with me, and if you want to be like a little bit naughty, you can also use a multi-card or let's say a flash card. The option for an AV out, it's freaking rubbish. Seriously, like the positioning of this AV out function is like freaking awful, and not even forget when you wiggle around with the cable or look at it, it's going to get into crazy wicked mode, and basically like the signal output is freaking awful. But beside that point, like the display itself, it's pretty damn old tech, and I did get this feeling this Blaze Pro is a very old product that they just relabeled. What I do like about it is the D-pad. The buttons got a very nice touch, but I also like it. So when it comes to how comfortable this device is, yeah, it's pretty cool, but I think it's not one of the best I've seen. The battery life, I charged it and, oh man, like I charged it some time ago, but it seemed to be dead after I was making this video. But so I needed to charge it when I was making this video. Yeah, seriously, like I didn't want to do all the effort, like putting the freaking weight so long. But overall, I'm not a big fan of it. Like the controller port is freaking awesome, but when you're looking what you're going to get, if you want to play some original games, there are better ways out there. And this, in my opinion, is not the way. Because so far I know this thing is only for sale in some stores and it is not cheap. But I thank you for watching, consider subscribing, hit the little bell, become one of the biggest family, and I will see you in the next video.